Here in Kyoto, Japan, video game developers Jupiter are hard at work on the new Spectrobes game for Disney Interactive Studios. The game follows the continuing adventures of Rollin and Gina in the fight against the Crawl. This time, however, the Spectrobes will take our heroes beyond the portals.
In this title, we're taking players exactly where the title says. We're taking them beyond the portals. The portals are going to act like a gateway from one end of the universe to another. They're going to be taken to completely distant and unfamiliar galaxies as well.
The game will open up with a really big event occurring where a very close friend of Rollin and Gina goes missing. After they set out to find them, Rollin and Gina get wrapped up in a lot of different stories. They find themselves going through several portals in different universes and eventually catch up to the culprits from the beginning. Without the aid of Spectrobes, Rollin and Gina would not be able to fight against the Crawl or be able to locate and excavate fossils and minerals.
We really felt that the action RPG genre was best suited for Spectrobes because kids are really going to want to take these monsters and characters and fully control them as they play through the game. So instead of going turn-based, we wanted to give them full control, so the action RPG genre was just perfect.
One major thing that really went into creating the feel of Spectrobes was all of us going back to when we were kids and what seemed fascinating to us. For example, when we were young, excavation and science magazines were very popular, so we decided to put the excavation element into the game. I think going back to your childhood and finding those adventurous, fun things was the key point in creating the theme to the game.
One of the new things we've done is added a lot of new variations in the environments and added different environments for excavation. We also changed the camera angle, which made it more exciting and also very new, so players that played the first game could come back, experience something new, and want to come back another time.
Spectrobes Beyond the Portal has totally 3D features. So last time we had a 2.5D feature, but this time we're gonna have entire 3D world from like excavation or awakening. Those elements is gonna be really upgraded in the sequel.
From the first game, there were a lot of things that we wanted to change with the battle system. Some people found it a little hard to control. Once we started changing these elements, we realized the greater possibilities, so we just sort of let loose and just went with it all.
We knew there were greater things we could change to make the battle systems more interesting, so we split it off into two different battle types, one for Rollin and one for the Spectrobes. Another point that we wanted to change was actually with the story. Spectrobes 1 introduced a lot of unique ideas, but it didn't have a definitive enemy. So we created a lineup of adversaries that will be involved in the story to help make it become an epic story with good guy versus bad guy.
We really try to make games that make people smile, because that's our goal when we create games.
Creating a system like this is obviously very challenging, but from the very start we knew this was something that we wanted to do. Although it was very difficult to create the engine, it was something we were able to accomplish.
Spectrobes was one of the best-selling third-party Nintendo DS games of 2007, and now work on Spectrobes Beyond the Portals is underway here in Kyoto, Japan, and you're invited. Spectrobes Beyond the Portals reunites planetary patrol officers Rollin and Gina. This time, however, players will be in control of more than 1,000 different Spectrobe combinations, including the devious Dark Spectrobes. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's visit with Japanese developer Jupiter, the creative team behind Spectrobes and the new game, Spectrobes Beyond the Portals.
Hi everyone, I'm Kentaro Hisai, producer on Spectrobes. Today I'd like to show you around Jupiter. But before I do that, I'm going to take off my shoes. Here in Japan, it's common to take off your shoes in buildings. This is the design team. They are the ones responsible for all the design work on Spectrobes, including the Spectrobe designs you can see on the wall over there. This is the main designer, Sakaya-san, and that's the enemy designer, Tanigawa-san. If you take a look right behind Sakaya-san, you can see art for the Spectrobes lined up on the wall, including the Dark Spectrobes. I think the Dark Spectrobes are going to be the coolest monsters in the game. Over in this area is the planning team, and this is Tanaka-san, who's been working on Spectrobes since the very beginning. You can say he's the #1 game creator. And the person who is in charge of all the different elements, programming, and Spectrobes is this man, art director Kiriyama-san. This is the BG team, the people behind the awesome 3D backgrounds in Spectrobes. And their leader is this guy here, art director Furomura-san. This is the programming team. They've been working hard on creating 2 new unique battle systems. There are field battles, where Rollin can fight the crawl alone, and also encounter battles, where the Spectrobes fight the crawl. This game will have both battle systems, so everyone you see here belongs to the programming team. And over here are the sound effect designers, who make all the sound effects in the game. Look at the wall over there. You can see all the cool worlds Rollin is going to go to. The left side is the Nanairo system, and the right side is a whole new part of space that Rollin and Gina will go to by using portals. The relationship between Disney and Jupiter is unique. Disney has been creating original content for a long time now, especially with animated features. And now we've come to a generation where we have portable gaming devices that can be used to offer kids really fun and cool content. This is where Jupiter comes in. Jupiter is a company, as you'll see with Spectrobes, that loves to go overboard and puts a tremendous amount of content and effort into their games. I think it's a magical combination.
Hello all you Spectrobes fans out there. Some of you might not know it, but this is what a real Kumani looks like. My name is Koji Kiriyama, and I'm the art director on Spectrobes 2, Beyond the Portals. We are here at a temple that's really close to our development company here in Kyoto, Japan. It is called Gugoku Temple.
Art and culture help to define who we are, and the rich and ancient history of Japan has helped to influence the creation of Spectrobes Beyond the Portals.
The number of people that actually worked on the character designs was quite a lot. Internally, we divided the artists into 3 major groups. One group was in charge of the 2D art, one for the 3D art, and the other one for backgrounds.
We added a bunch of new planets, and they all have their own unique feel to them. There are some planets that are appearing from the first game, but just like the other planets, they got completely revamped. They have a new look and feel, so players will recognize them, but they'll be surprised by what we've done.
One of the key features that influenced the actual monster design was Japanese culture and history. A lot of monsters were inspired from Japanese mythology. We have a really interesting lineup of new characters that will be appearing in the game, especially enemy characters.
One of the toughest Spectrobes that we had to design was a Spectrobe called Shimadoros, which was actually designed from an object that we use in Japanese festivals. So making that into an actual movable character was fun, but challenging.
One of the new major characters is Crux, who is the leader of the Crawl and all the bad guys. He also controls a small group of very advanced Crawl you'll meet in the story. One of them that I like is Jado, and he rules over the power of shadows.
Something that I put a lot of effort into was making sure all the Spectrobes played completely differently. That all of them had their own unique movements and attacks that fit their appearance and personalities. Since the battle system is not concentrated on Rollin, each Spectrobe is different by how they attack and move, so players will have a reason to pick specific Spectrobes in battle and will be able to utilize their unique aspects.
Players will be able to unearth 48 different unique Spectrobe fossils. Then they'll be able to train and evolve them to their adult forms. So we're looking at about 148 unique Spectrobes that the player will be able to control. Then, when you factor in the different color variations, the different custom parts, also some of them have a dark version, we're looking at over 1,000 different combinations of Spectrobes that you can use.
One of the problems that existed with the first battle system was that the players felt they weren't controlling the Spectrobes. Instead, they were ultimately controlling Rollin. So we split the battle system, and by doing that, it's easier for the players to feel that the main characters are doing the special abilities, while the Spectrobes are doing their part, and together they create a team. They use their combined efforts to fight the Crawl.
There's definitely a unique theme for each character that appears in the game. For characters that appeared in the first Spectrobes, we're going to be using the same theme that we had before, just a little bit more refined. And for the new characters, I'm creating completely new theme songs. When it comes to numbers, I've created about 50 or 60 unique songs.
We'll also have a Wi-Fi battle feature so that players can enjoy battling against other human players.
The most challenging aspect of creating this new multiplayer battle system was that we couldn't use the same system from the encounter battles because of DS's hardware limitations, and we didn't want any lag. So we created a system that was similar, had the same feeling, but was also new, exciting, and fun.
I am really proud of the graphics. I think it's going to be one of the best looking games on the DS.
The Spectrobes series is truly an example of East meeting West. It's a successful collaboration with Disney working in partnership with Japanese companies to create a video game series with international appeal.
Dynamethod was established roughly 5 years ago, and we've been working on CG and animation ever since.
The development, whether it comes to programming, the designs, or actually making it, is done mainly in Kyoto, then the Tokyo office. What we do is work closely with them every day over phone, email, whatever is enough to give them ideas and direction in terms of storyboard, character design, and really give them a sense of direction. So it's a mutual effort. The fact that we talk every day makes it feel as if we're in the same area.
For the production of in-game movies on the first Spectrobes, Disney Interactive Studios approached us and asked us to help and work on the project with them.
We have several reasons why we have been so successful on the Spectrobes. I think one thing is kind of collaboration between Disney, it's a really American company, with the Japanese developers. We worked so hard together and come up with really great result.
Disney Interactive Studios is a great company for reaching out globally and connecting with young people. They create fun content that will make players smile and have a good time. So we really wanted to pair up with them again and create a wonderful game.
So we are planning to have a bunch of the features for D-Gamer from Spectrobes. For example, Avatar can wear the Spectrobes t-shirts, or Spectrobes the equipment or armors, or those are really cool features that we are planning. Do you know that the Spectrobes has really long gameplay? So within a certain level, you're gonna have owner for each level. Then if you are going to go to the D-Gamer, you're gonna get some kind of cool badge or something like that. It depends on the level that you have. D-Gamer can give the player the experience to communicate each other, not only for Spectrobes player but also other Disney games player. It gives us more experience and then expand the game itself.
The card input system was a big hit in the first Spectrobes, so we're definitely including it in Spectrobes Beyond the Portals. We have a bunch of cool new cards, but players who have cards from the first game will be able to use them again as well. We're also including a Wi-Fi market that will be very similar to online auction systems. This will allow players to take their Spectrobes that they've taken all their time and hard energy to train, and they can sell them over this Wi-Fi market system. It's also a way for players to obtain new ones.
We're really proud of absolutely everything that we've done. There's not one point that we're more proud of. Being able to make this stuff work for this type of a game is really an honor.
We really want to give the player something new and original, which we think is something that is representative of what our company likes to do, and also what this franchise is all about.